Hey there, if you're enjoying this podcast, please take a moment to leave a review and to follow or subscribe. Don't forget to share with anybody that you think might be interested. Your support is greatly appreciated. Word of mouth is incredibly powerful, and it's the best way for us to reach more people and grow this wonderful community. Thanks again for listening. This is the Stop Time Podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Hopkins, and I'm here to engage you in thought-provoking, motivational conversations around practicing the art of living in the moment. I'm a certified life coach, and I'm excited to dig deep and offer insights into embracing who we are and where we are at. I am absolutely thrilled to welcome today's guest, someone I had the great joy of teaching during her time at Pace University. Even back then, she absolutely stood out. Her determination, her work ethic, and the way she carried herself with positivity, grace, and an undeniable light made it very clear that she was destined for great things, no matter where she shone her light. Lucky for us, she's sharing her gifts on the Broadway stage and beyond. She's currently part of the original Broadway cast of Just in Time, which performed at the 2025 Tony Awards, Good Morning America, and The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. She's also a 4-season veteran of the Radio City Rockettes, with appearances in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, the Rockefeller Tree Lighting, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Live with Kelly and Mark, and campaigns for Lululemon and Google Pixel. In 2024, she performed as a swing in Moulin Rouge, the musical on Broadway, and danced at the VMAs alongside Olivia Rodrigo, Katy Perry, and Doechii. A proud 2022 BFA graduate of Pace University. Woo, woo, woo. She leads with love, light, and gratitude, and continues to inspire with her passion and artistry. And I am so thrilled to have her here with me today and introduce you to Valeria Yamin. Welcome to Stop Time, Valeria.
Oh my God, thank you for having me. I'm crying. Thank you for those kind words and sharing your point of view and having me here today to talk. Sorry, I'll collect myself. But that was really beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Well, and you know what? It's sometimes really hard to receive, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like it's super difficult or a little embarrassing, but I think I'm at a point where I'm trying to open up to take in a compliment and let it fuel me rather than let me hide away from it. So those were all such beautiful words. Thank you. I'm going to let it take me through the day with that.
I love that. Is that sort of a pattern of yours? Is it difficult for you to receive praise, to receive?
I mean, yeah, personally, I feel like it's a little bit uncomfy, but I'm learning to just be others see it in you, others see it in you. Allow it to be. Allow a compliment to be a compliment. And it's funny because I feel like I don't hold back. When I see something I love and I see something I love in someone, I'm the first to say it, because I was told by someone or heard something that if don't hold in a positive thought or a beautiful thought, you would probably want to hear it too. So I took that, and every time I see something beautiful or see something I want to compliment, I don't hold back. I'll say it. And I think everything I say comes from the heart.
Yeah, that's cool. It's so true, right? I mean, as a naturally, because I am too, I'm a naturally, I see things and I say things. I mean, I tend to say what I think, and it's not so much an opinion giving as a compliment giving. Like what I said about you, I meant, so if I have something to share that might shine or allow someone else to receive the warmth and then shine themselves and let themselves be them, then hell yeah, I'm all in. But it's interesting because it sounds like you do that naturally too. But even we can not only just not hold back, but we can actually go out looking for it, right? We spend a lot of time in our lives looking for things that might get in our way, or looking for things that might threaten us, or looking for things that make us feel unsafe for obvious reasons, because we're hardwired for that and we want to be safe. But we can also look for things, right, that are good, and not instead of necessarily even, but yeah. Does that make sense?
I think both can exist. I think you protect yourself and be safe. And then also share love, light, and gratitude at all times. I feel like there's space for that to exist, to coexist.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar with all feelings. You can have many feelings about the same thing, and they can be different feelings, and they can be opposing feelings.
Yeah.
So I like really, yeah, I agree with that sense of like duality existing in like one space.
Yeah. And we can talk dance for a second, which is shading in dance, isn't it?
Ooh.
I mean, you can dance just as powerfully as you want, right? You can dance in all bright reds,
Mhm.
or you can blend in some yellows and blues and space and right. I mean, that was all.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel?
No, yeah, I do. I agree. And like I agree there's in dance, I feel like there's so much to play with. Like
Mm,
there's so much dynamics, textures, musicalities, levels. What you were saying about the powers and the colors, I feel like is really special. There's so many ways that you can paint your own picture and
yeah.
color your own dance. And I feel like you can move through spaces where maybe sometimes they're not appreciated, but I think like somewhere, somehow, you'll find where you fit. And I
Yeah.
think, but if you just stick to you, I think that's like what's going to drive you forward the most.
Totally. Hey, if you were a color, what color would you be? And maybe it's a hard question because, I totally respect that you don't always feel the same color. But
Mhm.
what would you say is yeah, just off the top, if you were a color, what would you be?
That's funny you say that
Mm,
because everyone asks me what my favorite color is, and I always tell them it depends on the day,
yeah, of course.
changes by my mood. Today, I'm feeling what color would describe me today? I feel
Yeah.
like light blue. I feel like I'm connected to like water today, to the sky, kind of like this clear crystal,
Mm.
calm. It's a Friday for me. I only have a show at 8 p.m. So I'm feeling like, and we were coming off such a big high of all the fun things that we've been doing. So this is like the first couple of weeks that I'm starting to find structure and find my own rhythm and my own routine of within my life, even though, as an artist, we're constantly living a
Yeah.
different life every single day. But I do like to have a little bit of routine. And I feel like today I'm bringing in like a light blue, calm,
Mm.
serene, clear color to
Yeah.
allow myself to go through my day like at a steady, calm pace. So I can almost like use it as a rest day without it being me just laying down all day. Like just kind of have my body and my mind in like a calm state throughout
Mm.
what I'm moving through. Um, Even though I'm not like in my pajamas, like watching TV, I can still rest while like doing other things
I love that.
aren't as like physical.
Yeah, it's a frequency kind of too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like pretty calm today, which is good.
I thought it was really funny that you said it's a Friday for me today, and in my head I'm going, well, it's a Friday for everybody.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry.
No, I thought that was really cute. Do you know what I mean? Because it
I
obviously
literally go
signifies.
day by day, and I
Yeah,
like remind myself, and it's like, yeah, just day by day.
I love it. So tell us a bit about your origin story. I don't actually know your origin story, and I think it'd be really interesting.
Well, no one's ever asked me that. Well, I guess I was born in Venezuela, in Caracas, Venezuela, and I was there for a couple of months because at 8 months, my family decided to move to the United States. We moved to Michigan first. For the first 4 years of my life, my dad was getting his master's at the University of Michigan, which is super inspiring to me. And my mom was taking care of me and my brother and being just a wonderful mom and taking care of us, which is something I value so greatly and so deeply with the both of them and who they've raised me to be. When I was 4 years old, I moved to South Florida. I started dancing and performing, honestly, in the womb, probably. Like, my mom was like, you came out and you were singing around the house. You always wanted to put on a costume. You were always dancing. I would like play Shakira videos and like copy her dancing. Because my family's Lebanese, Portuguese, Italian, mixed, and then we're like I was born in Venezuela, so I have that culture too. I have this like ginormous, wonderful identity that I feel so connected to, of all my different like cultures that I've like been exposed to and been raised by. Just so much beauty that I feel and connected to, and music and dance I feel like is a big part of those cultures as well. So at family parties we're like always turning on music, doing karaoke, dancing with each other. So dance and performing has always been a like part of me. When I was like 7 years old, I fell in love with like dance, with the physicality of dance. And then I was like so in love with it. When I was 12 years old, I say I had my like midlife crisis. I went to my dad crying. Like, I remember weeping, saying, like, I'm lying to everyone and I don't want to lie anymore. I'm telling everyone, they ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? They say, I say, I want to be an eye doctor because I want to help people who can't see like me because I have heavy glasses. I was like, I'm lying. I don't want to do that. I want to be a performer. I want to be a dancer. And he was like, okay, do it. And his like response, he was like, if you do it, just go all in. That kind of like opened the doors for me to be like, oh, well, yeah. The support from my parents just really, really, really helped me because I value their opinion a lot. I have so many doctors in my family too. So I was like, I don't know if that's for me. But also when I realized that they just wanted us to follow our dreams and follow our passions and do what we love, I realized, oh, it is what people are doing, what they love. It's just in their own realms. So then that was like when I was like, okay, performance it is. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know how I'm going to get to what I want, but I'm going to be open and I'm going to do it. Started training really hard. And in my dance studio, I went to a high school, American Heritage and Plantation, that I went on a full ride dance scholarship where I was exposed to theater and singing and acting. And I fell in love with all that there. Although it was not the popular thing to do as a dancer to kind of like cross into the different realms of the industry. So I kind of was like pretty quiet on my love for these things and maybe didn't like jump in as headfirst as I probably wanted to because I was kind of listening more to the outside noise than I was really listening to my heart. But I'm here today. And then I was like, I really want to pursue dance in college. Pace was my number one choice from when I was like 15. I just like started doing research online through social media, which was like a big part of how I was like looking up people who were going to Pace and what they were sharing, what they were creating in those rooms. I was like, oh my God, I want to be there someday, like working hard and sweating and creating dance. So I auditioned for Pace and I did early decision. And right before Thanksgiving, I got an email that I was denied. So that was like a huge blow for me. I was like, oh my God, I put all my eggs in this one basket. And then I was like, okay, take a day. You're going to cry. I cried all day. I cried all day. The next day, I like got up out of my bed and I was like, all right, what's next? Because I was like, I want to go to college for performing. It might not be Pace and that's okay. But how am I gonna get there now? What's my plan B? What's my next route? Like, how do I have to redirect? I applied to like, I think like 10 schools in the matter of 1 week, went through the audition season. It was such a big learning and growth experience for me because I got to experience so many different states, so many different programs, met so many people. I was on a wait list for a school, didn't get into that one that I wanted that was in California, and ended up signing on for Point Park University, which I was obsessed with too, because I was like, they have a business program that I want to do along with my dancing. And I kind of felt like really motivated to do that. I was a little bit like, okay, I really want to be in New York though, or I really wanted to be in LA. I wanted to kind of be in like the hub of where I thought what things were happening. And I was a little tunnel vision of places I wanted to be, but I kind of like respect the 18-year-old for feeling that strongly about wanting to be in the places, because I think I knew I would be inspired if I was around what I wanted to become. I wanted to like insert myself and then plant my little seed into like the roots of a city. And I think New York is really calling my name. My dad had a work trip in New York. He was like, "Come with me." And I was alone at this convention. I remember walking out of the awards and thinking, I don't want to go the the alone route. I was going to go through the back and hide and like just go to my hotel or wherever I was going next. I was like, "Oh, let me like walk through the people." I walk through and I lock eyes with Scott Jovovich, and I'm like, "Oh my God, hi. I know you work at Pace." And then I just started talking and introducing myself. And I'm like, "Oh my God, what am I doing? This is so unlike me, but so like me in a way." And he was like, "Well, we'll see you at Pace in the fall." And I was like, "Oh no, I actually, Pace was my number one. Just wanted to know, like, can I transfer maybe my sophomore year?" And he was like, "Yeah, definitely. We'll get connected." And I was like, "Oh my God, cool." I left that conversation like, yes, like we get to the next day and he comes out of nowhere and finds me and he's like, "Can you send me where you got denied?" And I'm going through my 500 emails, sending it to him right before the audition. We get into the audition room. I forget that obviously Pace is going to be there. This could be good. Sophomore year, I could transfer to New York City, which is what I wanted to do. And I'm Yamin, so I'm last in the group to go. And I'm like, okay, I have to this is my time. This is just my time to open up my heart and share my passion. And if they see something in me, then yes. And if not, it wasn't meant to be. And I do my audition combo, and I remember feeling like so proud of myself, which is hard feeling, I think, as a performer to feel like satisfied with what you do, but I just felt good. I left my all out there. I did as much as I could. There's nothing else I could do. Or saying thank you to all the colleges and schools and teachers at the end, and I get a tap on my shoulder, and I turn around, and it's Scott again, and he says, "If you want, we can make this happen." And I knew right away it was for this coming year, and I just crying again. And it was so special. I remember like calling my dad, and he left the work event thing that he was at, and he ran over to the hotel ballroom, and we were like, "No." He was like, "No way. Is this real? Is this really real?" And then within 2 months, I was packing up and moving my bags to New York City in 2018 for the first time with my mom, and she was helping me move into my dorm, and this is it. This was where I wanted to be. This is what I wanted to do. I needed those 4 years to grow and COVID to put me back and close me into one room, one camera, think about the details, think about my health, think about my mental health, think about who I was. I think like COVID helped me strip away so much of these masks that I was putting on to please others. And because in that time by myself, I was like, this is where I'm going to grow at home in my childhood bedroom, but also dreaming about my future. And then like senior year, I got a invitation to audition for the Rockettes. And then I booked that. And then I was doing senior year and Rockettes at the same time and finishing all these chapters. And all of a sudden it's May 2022 and I'm like graduated with Pace. And I'm like, whoa, this is happening. Like now I'm outside of the real world. How am I going to use everything I've grabbed and put in my little backpack in my pocket? And what am I going to do with it? And I feel like I just tried to be as open as I could be and try new things and meet new people and could just kind of I always say like, let the music move you when I'm like too in my head about like choreography or anything. If I don't want to forget it. And I feel that with my life. Like I just like let the music move you. I just like let this song take me through the dance of my life. Like I'm just having so much fun. And I think I continue to tell myself if I like ever go to an audition and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the one. And then I don't get it. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Not now. Maybe not ever, but not now, but maybe someday.
Yeah.
So I try not to be like too hard on myself ever really. And I just also try to believe that, well, I do believe this fully, that there's space for everyone in this industry. I think there really is like a seat for everyone at the table. But I also say if there is no seat at the table, you either go get your own chair, pull it up to the table, Or you go build your own chair and set a table instead of chairs to somewhere where you want to be, like where you feel loved and where you belong and all the things. So
Yep.
I just do feel like there's space for everyone. I feel like we're such a beautiful community of people,
Oh yeah.
that everyone is so talented and has their own strengths and weaknesses, and
Yeah.
seeing everyone like step into their power is so inspiring to me. And
Hmm.
yeah,
It's a wonderful story. Thank you for sharing that.
I feel a lot of value and very deeply about everything that I do. I feel like nothing is more important than the other in my brain. I like to value everything. I like to give my fullest percent, 100% to what I do. So I feel like I try not to look at things as I'm just gonna get through this, even though on the hard days you got to do what you got to do, and I have many of those. But in the overall, when I like take my wide lens and look up, I'm like, that's not just something needed to get through. Like I think of the quote, like win or learn, you never lose. Like you're always, you can always get something from something, even if it was a bad experience. You're like, oh well, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to be like that, or I didn't enjoy how that happened, but I learned from that. Or I love this and I gained this. And so I don't know, I try to walk through my life with that perspective, but then it also can like ouch, hurt really painfully. But I try to not take things like too personally if like
Hmm.
they don't go my way. Or
No, 100%. A couple of things stand out to me. One is back in your early origin story, when I think you said you were 12, maybe you went to your father and said, I'm telling a lie. I'm not living my truth.
yeah,
How does a 12-year-old, first of all, say that or know that?
I can't even tell you like why. I just like felt like a burning. I feel like I'm pretty intuitive. Like when I feel something in my gut that's not right, or not what that doesn't align with me, it rumbles. It was rumbling for a while, and I felt comfortable enough to go to my father, to go to my dad, who I saw. I think, allowed me to come to him in a sense because he went to school for civil engineering and was on that route and did that for a lot of his life and switched career paths. He was in the wrong place and then just was able to rewrite his story. And I felt like that was like so inspiring.
Mm,
And I think at 12, I was like, well, you're doing what you love. So how can I do what I love? I'm just going to tell
mhm.
you that I think I'm lying because I'm scared that people are going to say, no, that's not a real career. Because, you hear that
Oh yeah.
being an artist is not a job. It's not a career. You can't sustain yourself. You can't be happy. And I felt like the full opposite. I was like, I can, I will, and I must. And I don't know why, but I just like felt it so deeply that I was like, you have to share this with your dad. And I think him giving me like the okay was like the door swung open. That was like really big for me. And that's something I like will thank my parents for forever and ever and ever. Just allowing me to be me, knowing that like you start with you and you end with you, and just like you have to find a way to be like at peace, be happy with you.
Mm, yeah. It's still amazing to me that you're able to articulate it. I understand feeling it
Yeah.
and like even at an early age, but the fact that you could articulate it, although I do understand that it was modeled for you. So
Yeah.
that's the visceral piece. You actually could see it happening. So even though you heard in your head that this isn't a good thing, what you saw from somebody that you respected is that no, that can be done. So
Yeah.
yay, dad, yay,
Yeah.
parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool. You talked about the joy of being in this industry and witnessing people stepping into their power and their talents, all of which are diverse. And I'm curious when you say being in their power, I know you mentioned it about yourself. You said, oh, on the days that I don't believe in my power, I can spiral and self-sabotage my mindset. I'm super curious if you're comfortable to dig into that. I'm curious to know what it means to you to be in your power and what it looks like when you're not.
Yeah, I guess like when I'm having a good day, I believe in myself. And I know my worth. I know my work. I trust in me and my value and my power. Power in my mind, power in my body, power in like so many different shapes.
Mm-hmm.
And like the days that I'm having a bad day or the days that I get a little bit like off my center, I feel like it's always trickles down to the mental. Even if I'm injured and it's a physical thing, it's the way I'm like reacting to the stressors is how I can then not be in my power. And I feel like as humans, like our mind is like so powerful is what I'm like starting to learn is like my mindset can really like help me fly or sink me lower than I needed to. Instead of just floating on the water, my mindset can actually like bring me down and like why do I want that? But I don't want that. It just kind of can happen. And so it's like learning the tools and things that I need to get out of those moments. I like to write things down and take things out of my mind. And I think that will help. Like if I see it visually on paper, if I love manifesting my best self, I love visualizing me at my best, closing my eyes and thinking about, I'm going to do it in my head to my best of my ability and more. And I feel like that helps me gain the confidence and the mental strength to then get into the room or walk into wherever I need to be and feel in my power, not letting the outside stressors get into my head or blow me off my center. There are the downs, like there are the days where you're like, oh, that wasn't my best, but how you recover from that or how you could continue to learn from that, that then gives you the continued success. I try to think of it as kind of like a steady paced forward motion, like a kinetic energy that is, it's churning. And it's not like a one hit sort of like sprint. I believe in my career and I believe in the longevity of it. I never really see things as like a loss, I guess. Like it's just a redirection or like and I allow myself to grieve though. I will be crying with some ice cream and some good TV, but like of like moments that, will hurt,
100%. Oh, 100%. 100%. 100%.
And then it's like the next day, how am I gonna?
You mean you're human?
Yeah.
Yeah, No, absolutely. And what you're talking about is the growth mindset. You have a growth mindset. And the growth mindset literally is that you can't fail no matter what you do because you can learn something from everything you do, including failure. And then the success formula that you create through understanding your influencers can help you. Like you can look at your rhythm and become aware of how you're affected, how things wane. And then you can make accommodations for yourself. I mean, it's like having a tech writer, for yourself.
Yeah.
Things will affect you. But you can be in your power about how and what you can do about it. It's staying open and then understanding what the detractors might be, and then, disempowering them, honestly, by becoming more familiar with them. So when they arrive, they don't take you out.
It's not you're like, oh, I've felt this before. I've seen this before.
Yeah. It's not going to kill me.
No.
Here it is. And what can I learn from this? Sorry, we sidebarred a little bit, but
no, I love it.
No. And I think it's probably valuable too for our listeners, but I'm curious to know, what is something, would you be willing to share something that threatens to get in the way of you believing in your power or feeling the way you can feel?
Imposter syndrome for sure. I do not have as much singing experience and training and or education as I do with my dancing. So the moments where I feel like I'm dancing, I feel prepared, I feel calm, I feel easy. I feel like all my tools are available at all times and I can just rah, 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 and like I'm able to perform in a sense like with ease. When I'm singing, I feel a lack of tools. I feel like I'm like, oh my God, how am I doing this? How is it happening? When I got to Just in Time, I first of all couldn't believe I had booked it. I also didn't really know no one really knew what it was when we were in the workshop in August. And I remember that first day, well, the first thing we did was music. And I was like, okay, here we go. And had never worked on holding my own harmony in a trio of amazing, amazing singers and performers, and in a group setting where I was like with these iconic legends hearing me sing all of a sudden. I'm like, oh my God, do they like know that I've like never really done this? That dialogue started in my head. I don't know this enough. I don't have this enough. They think was like so hurtful for me. Like they think I can't, they think I can't sing. They think I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna like, it was so, that was like a huge spiral that day. I remember I went home and I was like, oh, this is not for me. I was like, how am I going to do this? What did they just pick me for? Like, and then it was like many, many weeks. It wasn't like it wasn't like I'm going to fall asleep and wake up the next day and be an amazing singer. I was like, wait, how am I going to combat these stressors of like this imposter syndrome and this like fake narrative that I was creating? Like it was mental. It was all my mental. Our workshop was in August, and that was a 4-week experience of fun, of stress, but also like of so much learning. And every day was just like little by little. It was so small. It was so humbling to be new at something again. It's really vulnerable to like hear your voice. Yeah, it comes all the time, and I love it. I feel like I'm not afraid to feel it anymore. And I feel like for the rest of my life, I'll be doubting something. But I feel like that's what keeps me motivated to learn and to grow and to, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think like nervousness and excitement in my body live in the same place.
Yep.
And so sometimes I like can get them confused.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think
That's real.
It's good. Both are good. Both is because I care. Both is because I want to grow and do better and change and evolve. And yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%.
They picked you first of all, so they believe in you.
Yes,
now,
exactly.
You have to believe in you. I don't want to show, I just want to share.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that you're doing the same thing, but the intention behind it is different, which is what I think has helped me stay aligned with myself.
Yep.
And I think about what I'm doing. It's not showing anyone or proving anything to anyone. It's really just sharing me.
Yeah. That distinction is powerful, right? I mean, I feel that. It's beautiful. Hey, so you're 25, and are you affected at all by the quarter life crisis that so many talk about?
Probably yes, a little bit. It's happening. It's happening now. I was on a vacation last week, away from my show for the first time. First time I've taken a vacation on a job where I was like at home. So I went home to Florida, wanted to be in the sun and the rain, and with my dog and my family, and also with my girlfriend and her family, and have a vacation time. So it's like really wonderful time to reconnect, that presence that I was talking about. I really needed it. It's like perfect. I was like on this vacation and I was like, uh-oh, I got this like weird. Well, first I was like really happy because I was like, oh my God, I get to come back to New York City and I have a job. I have a roof over my head. I have a beautiful girlfriend. I feel safe. I feel so safe right now. Let me just enjoy. And I put my phone away and just felt so present with everything I was doing. It felt so nice to feel like I wasn't missing anything or like having to do anything. I need more of this. I need more of this feeling. Even when I am on the hustle grind, I need to feel this more because I felt like so re-inspired. I had a moment where I was like, wait, I'm 25. Like, yeah, I did have like I think I had my moment last week. I was like, I'm 25. I feel like I'm moving in the right direction, but how can I tap into more of me? I don't know. I had just a lot of brainstorming, brain dumping, fun ideas of like passions and just goals. And it was kind of nice to just have it out of my head. And so, yeah, I feel like I am dealing with that like quarter life crisis.
Yeah.
And seeing like my family Um, all the cousins are all older. The grandparents are older. The family was just like really, it was really beautiful to be with them and just spend time with them. And like it's hard being like away sometimes. And I have a couple cousins here, which is awesome. And like that's why we do have the beauty of our phones is that we can like call and like, talk and but nothing is like spending time one on one, like touch and seeing like a person. So yeah, I think my quarter life crisis kind of lies with like missing my family a little because I feel so proud and accomplished and all of things but I also know that it's seasonal. So this season of my life like is what it is and I know that at a time I won't be jumping from show to show or from event to event or thing to thing. I'll just be and I'm excited for that time too, whatever I'll be then. But I'm trying to enjoy this as much and then also like the family's happening at the same time. It's like all these timelines like moving together but separate.
Mm.
So that's just been interesting.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. Hey, 1 year from now, what are we celebrating?
My physical strength. I have a torn meniscus and I've
Oh,
been moving through all this fun physical stuff with caution, but with like attention and purpose because of my knee and
yep.
because of how I want my career to be long and
Mm-hmm.
full. And I think I trust in my body and it's a really hard recovery. It's very slow. And I keep telling everyone around me, I'm like, a year from today, I'm going to be stronger than I was.
I
And
love that. What about 5 years, 10 years? Where do you see yourself?
see myself being happy, being aligned with myself and whatever that may be. Like if in 5 years I'm still in a show, that's a slay. If in 5 years I'm teaching, that's amazing. I definitely want to dabble in kind of those interests that have been buzzing
Yeah.
around. I want to start to like, I think in 5 years, I hope have at least followed one of those little buzzes and little like kind of like exciting new passion projects. Um,
Do you want to share one of those buzzes and you don't have to
like I
because
think
sometimes it's nice to hold on to them.
I kind of want to. I think I'm gonna hold on to them.
Cool.
I think I'm gonna hold on to them for a little bit longer, and then allow people to come and
I
share and
love it.
support. I think I want to build on them a little more, but there's a few. It's been buzzing. I'm waiting is not the word. I'm feeling out my timing.
Yep.
I like don't want to say like what we were saying yes to too many things at once.
Yep.
Like I feel like I'm a little bit filled to the brim right now, and it's just these past 2 weeks that I've been on the calm down from
Yeah.
like such I'm gonna say like hectic year and a half, two almost like kind of all blended with like Rockettes into Mulan into
Oh yeah.
Rockettes again into a month break into this rehearsal. So it's kind of felt like this like I've allowed myself to literally let the music move me and I'm like this woo like yay and then I'm enjoying like every single thing but
Nice.
I feel like I'm finally allowing myself to grab the handlebars and grab like my steering wheel a little bit more and
Yep.
now I'm like okay now this is where I want to go. I think like I've been allowing it to just take me which is awesome and
Yeah.
I've loved that part but I'm excited to like while it's still taking me to have like a side quest. I love learning. I love new perspectives. Even
Yep.
if it's like a dance class and it's like this teacher saying one thing with that teacher saying the same thing
Yep.
in a different way. I love that. I love a second opinion. I love to just hear it all. I'm like more.
Totally. That's my girl. That's awesome. It's funny. I'm just gonna. You can journal on this if you want. What came to me was when you said about this year and a half that you've just had. You were on a train going really fast, and now I'm curious. Do you feel more like I'm feeling both because you did say maybe it's because you suggested the blue today, and the steering. I was imagining water because you mentioned it also, but then I thought about a plane with the bird's eye view, and I feel like there's a bit of the water and the air going on for you, that you're off the train, and now
Yeah,
you're looking at it in a broader way, right?
I love that. I'm like so into the imagery of that. I love, yes, I do. Yes, and I feel like I've taken last week on my vacation, like time to, it's like the first week that I actually thought about like even like writing my bio out. I was like, let me just like write it all out. And then I was reading it back and I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God, little Valeria would be, if I was a stranger, she'd be like, oh, I want to be like her.
Yeah.
That's like, that was like so cool. And like last week, I felt like I
That's
went
cool.
home and my family was doing the choreo from our show. And I was, oh my God, that this is why. This is it. Like, this was like so fun, like to just have this like shared experience with my family and
Yep.
like what I'm doing, they connect with, they understand, they care about. And so it feels good to feel loved and supported. And yeah, and to finally feel like I'm taking this bird's eye view of the blue. Yeah, like seeing like, oh yeah, like there's so much that is around me and so much beauty. And like, yeah, I do feel like, yeah, the train was taking me, but now I feel like I am flying my plane.
Well, it makes sense because from the plane, you can see from the train, you couldn't really see anything but what was in front of you or what was going
Oh,
by really quickly. But from
yeah,
the plane, and this is why the tears, when I say how I feel about you, or when you talk about your family, because you're starting to be able to see it all.
yeah, yeah,
And that's a beautiful place to be. And it begs that inquiry, like of when you said what's next, you didn't mean like what show is next. You meant
no,
what layer, what
yeah,
how do I want to texturize this or
yeah,
band this,
yeah.
or yeah, I
Oh, I
hear you.
love that. Because it's not, it's like, yeah, like how do I want to keep writing my story?
Yeah,
How do I want to keep, yeah, how do I want to add, what color is next? What layer is next? Yeah,
yeah,
that's insane. That was so beautiful. I so agree with the plane imagery. The train is so right because I was just allowing it, like it started on me taking, like buying the ticket, getting on the, like doing all of that, obviously. And then I was,
exactly.
whoa. And then just like out and about,
And arriving.
arriving, arriving and like being like, no way.
How
Also,
did I get here?
how like scary and like then not scary but then like being on the plane is also scary. I'm like, oh my God, I've done this like so these things and all, I'm so grateful and I feel very good. And it's, I am, this is so deep, but I'm afraid of flying. I don't like flying. I do not like planes. Like, and I used to not be afraid of flying.
But you
Now
are now.
as I'm older, I'm afraid of flying. I'm like, oh, it's so, when I'm older, I'm like more and more afraid of, and this I feel like is like symbolic. Sometimes I feel this, but then I ground myself pretty quickly. But I feel sometimes I'm like, what if, like, am I plateauing? Am I going down? And is my plane landing and or not crashing? Like I sometimes
Totally.
feel that,
Yep.
and I feel like I can ground myself pretty easily. And and then similarly, when I'm on a plane, I trust in the pilot and the universe and the
Yeah.
weather and the technology that we have and
Yep.
people that I'm around and the moment
Totally.
that I'm in, that no matter what's next, I feel the trust
Yep.
that it's like led me to here.
What's really cool, and maybe you can think about this, is that a lot of people have a hard time knowing their why, and a lot of us forget our why. So a lot of people in our industry know their why, and that's why we're in it. But we lose track of why, right? And it's about getting back on. I'm sure you've had that experience of you're like, well, why am I doing this? Like it's so painful or whatever. Or
Yeah,
you just get caught in the thing and then it's not
yeah,
fun anymore and you forget and then you reconnect with
yeah. Oh my,
right?
it's part of the journey.
Totally. But you're pretty centered in your why. I feel that's loud and clear. And it's beyond the gigs and so on and so forth. It's much deeper than that. But it feels to me like you're in your how now. Your who and your how. I always say your who is in your how, right? Meaning who you want to be in the world while you're doing what you want to do and why, you know. So why is not the big question for you. So it's who and how.
Ooh, I love that.
That's what that's if we're working together, that's what
Yeah.
we would work on, because it's how you want to be, because I think you're totally open to the notion that it's up to you how you want to be, and what are those possibilities.
I'd never thought about it like that. I never thought about it that way because I feel like a lot of my community, we talk about our why pretty often.
Yep.
Like you said, you get thrown off a little bit and you're like, oh my God, the day is so long, or what's my feet hurt, or all things that could like kind of be like, why am I doing this? Like,
Yep.
you know, you miss something and you miss a party, the sacrifices and everything. You're like, why? So I always come back to my why, but I never thought about, and that's kind of how I feel about that next layer. Like, it's like how and who.
That's where you are.
Cool. That's so cool. I love that we like put language to like feeling. I find that too. I like sometimes feel like I'm just like yappy, but I kind of like don't get to the point sometimes because a lot of me is like visual or feely or
Visceral. Yeah.
yeah. So I love finding ways to articulate my feelings, and like I always say, like I'm not a good storyteller, or I'm not a good, like, but I have to fix the language with that. But finding words to feelings is like so exciting to me.
Yep.
And I feel like as I continue to live, I feel like I find more words to express how I'm feeling. Yeah. But that just helped me so much. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, let's do the rapid fire. Okay. I'm going to say what makes you, and you're going to say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. There's no right or wrong, remember?
Okay.
Okay. What makes you hungry?
What makes me hungry? When I dance for too long.
What makes you sad?
Sometimes a book I'm reading.
What inspires you?
Ooh. Visual arts.
What frustrates you?
Not being able to articulate my feelings in words.
What makes you laugh?
My girlfriend.
What makes you angry?
When I feel like closed, like when I feel suffocated, I don't like that. It makes me like really retaliate. Even if someone tells me no, I get really angry in an interesting way, because then I just like it builds a fire in me.
Oh, wow.
But I get angry first.
What makes you grateful?
My life, present moment, like this. My eyes open on a beautiful day, rainy, cloudy, sunny, anything, just being alive.
You know, I didn't ask you what your definition of living in the moment is, because you've demonstrated it. So just, I mean, we did it today. What you just said is that. So I deliberately didn't ask you that question.
I felt like that was a really difficult question to answer, but also not. Like it came so easily when I had read it, but I was really afraid of the question at first.
Interesting.
Oh, it's so deep. Like I think like everyone says like live in the moment, but no one's ever asked me like how do you feel like you're living in the moment? Yeah.
From my point of view, that's how you operate. But would you like to say what your definition is?
I do. I feel like that is how I operate, but what I said, well, it just ties back a little bit to the show, but I love hearing the words be here now, which is something we hear on the show, and just like being out of your head and in the world. I think like that's how I try to be. If I'm like too in my head, then I'm not in the moment.
Yeah.
If I'm blocked, like I literally, my eyes are open, but I'm blocked. Like I'm there, but I'm not there. And
Yep.
I hate feeling that way. I don't like it. I feel like you're not living your life. The one life we get to live, and I want to be there. I want to be full. I want to be present. I want to be in it.
What are the top 3 things that happened so far today?
Ooh, today, this is like, I was really excited for this. Having breakfast with my girlfriend. She's an amazing cook, and she made bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. And so grateful that we got to spend some time this morning together, calmly, in our home. And it was actually last night, so it was today. It was within the 24-hour. I had a really big, beautiful day yesterday. I really felt like so happy to share that with my community, because I feel like sometimes I can like be very like quiet about my life and about my successes, and I felt safe to share.
What's something you're looking forward to today and then in the future?
Today, I'm looking forward to having a calm day at home, like having a home day.
Yeah.
Like if it's like cleaning up or like spending time, just like being at home. I'm looking forward to my home. In the future, I'm looking forward to following one of those little kind of like gut feelings that I've been kind of like have been rumbling within me.
Yeah. I love that. Valeria, I so appreciate you being here with me today.
Thank you.
It was so much fun and so interesting. Oh my gosh, it's been such a pleasure, truly.
It's been a pleasure for me too. I'm like so happy and grateful for this experience and this exchange. I feel fulfilled. Like right now, I don't feel like drained. So I'm like so inspired and like feel like ready to keep having a great day.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I like can't wait to talk more again soon.
Amazing. I've been speaking today with Valeria Yamin. I'm Lisa Hopkins. Thanks so much for listening. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. And remember to live in the moment. In music, stop time is that beautiful moment where the band is suspended in rhythmic unison, supporting the soloist to express their individuality. In the moment, I encourage you to take that time and create your own rhythm. Until next time, I'm Lisa Hopkins. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, I invite you to dive deeper into cultivating a life of creative possibilities with my new book, The Places Where There Are Spaces. It's filled with personal stories and insights to help you embrace living in the moment. You can grab your copy by following the link in the show notes or wherever books are sold. Let's keep the conversation going and growing.